Hello, hello. Welcome to the sunshine and shadow bucket puppets. Boing, boing, boing. Yes. Okay. This is later in the day than I usually do, and this is why. But it's also, we get rainbows and we get light. So we let it be what it is. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Speaking of bee, there's a bee. Okay. Okay, enough fool cockery. Let's get down to it. What are the messages for us today? What does this one have to say to us? Intention. The energy of intention helps you to confirm your choices, trust the choices you make, and know they are simply the best for you. Trust is the magical word here. Have trust in the capacity and way of working of someone else. You need to stick to your plans and trust that everything will be all right. When you do so, you serve both yourself and the other one. Follow your own path. Okay, so yes, trusting everyone else to do their part, right? We can try to micromanage, we can distrust, we could overstep, over whatever, because we don't trust the other person to do what they are supposed to do, meant to do, can do, agreed to do, right? Okay, let's get on to back the intention up. Excuse me. Release the things that come up. That's too many. Oh, it's two there. I guess we'll take them. It's not too many. We've got Pertho and Hagalas. Interesting. I saw this one at the bottom, and it stood out to me in the brief moment that I was shuffling. Where is Hagalas? Diddle-diddle-diddle. Not there. Where's the Hagalas? Nyet. Scorpion is not soft or gentle. She is, however, vital to the natural balance of life. Without her sharp sting to clear the weak, stagnant, and diseased, life would never be able to grow back stronger and renewed. This is giving me the shadow version of self necessary to rip weeds out, right? You are ending the life of those weeds in order for the seeds to grow, right? Hagalas is a freezing storm, but its hail and ice will melt, becoming water to nourish new growth. The first rune of the second it represents the beginning of a testing time. Only by weathering the storm will you develop and grow. Also called the mother rune, it can be a destructive force of nature, the storm, out of your control. It can feel painful and unfair, but this disruption or unwelcome change will bring positive transformation and long-term goals. Disruption, endings and beginnings, transformation, radical change, and completion. Okay, so depending on where you are on your journey, this is either what you're just coming out of or what you are just going into. We will see. Okay, and Jethro. The two-headed snake, with her third eye open, is able to see all that is fated and has yet to manifest. Living between the known and unknown, she counts prophecy as her domain. Cosmic and primal laws unfold before her, and she moves between their patterns, playing out her unique journey with the choices she makes of her own free will. Oh, look, she's holding a key. Perthro, like Iwaz, is a deeply mystical rune and deals with the fundamental mysteries of the universe, such as the flow of individual and collective fate. The arrival of Perthro in a reading is a good omen if an outcome is yet unknown, okay? So go through your testing phase if you are just starting it or in the middle of it, set the intention, knowing that it will be a successful outcome, that it is all for the greater good, right? It represents individual choice interacting with fate. There's your intention. There is an underlying joyfulness to this rune. It also is a birthing rune connected to women's mysteries, which, given the inherent risks and initially unknown outcomes, it probably why it was also connected to gambling for the ancients. Good omen, fate, the unknown, and initiation. Okay, so the initiation and the testing phase. This is really, really important. And I feel like I had a little test of my faith yesterday on a personal note where, I don't know, it was like I have this intention set in my brain, and it was almost like a temptation, like that one's probably not going to work out, so maybe you should go this way. And I was like, maybe, and I'm like, no, you got to hold your intention. Don't get swayed, don't get distracted, don't get diverted, don't get pulled away. And it felt like a test to me, and I remember thinking, aha, that was a test, wasn't it? Aha, I passed. I declared for myself. Okay, so yes, whatever I was saying, I agree with. Okay. Yes, tests. Oh, sometimes they come around just to test to see if you really have changed and evolved and grown. It'll be like, remember when you used to respond this way to these sorts of circumstances? Well, here's one of those circumstances. How are you going to react now? Right? And it's really important to recognize your own growth, right? To recognize, I used to react this way to that situation, and I just reacted this other way. Look at me. I've grown. Look at how far I've come, right? That's that recognition. And I also feel like it's solidifying it, right? By witnessing it happening, the change. It's like the setting it in. It's like committing to it. Okay, we'll do one more shovely wobble. And then we will pick up the cards. We'll just let them do what they want to do and communicate what they want to communicate to us in any way that they do. Okay, nobody. Like this. Okay. Okay, let's just start right here. So, something happening behind the scenes. This is your intention. You setting your intention in a grounded, meditative, tapped into your intuition, your third eye, knowing your abundance, your nature, right? And this allowing. So, this is like the planting of the seed and then the allowing the seed to do what it needs to do beneath the surface, out of your sight. Okay, so that's nice. That's nice. We got all the abundance and independence. Okay, so that's beautiful. This is saying all kinds of things here. Let's see what else. We've got your emotional regularity, your momentum that you create. This is the energy that grows the things beneath the surface. This could be like the tendrils, the roots, moving through the soil, reaching for the sun, doing the things beneath the surface. Okay, and this is truth and destiny. So that's beautiful. What else we got here? Oh my God, we've got the sun shining its light on the people below, helping the plants and flowers to grow. Okay, and we also got 2 9s here. Oh, we got 3 9s. 3 9s, and this one has a rainbow. Okay, so the sun is definitely good omen. It's all worth it. Joyful. This is the thing that grows the things into their beautifulness. Okay, and this is your spiritual garden. Okay, this is your emotional well-being, your your emotional tending, your place of, this is like self-care, your home space, your body, your mind, the physical realm. This is the emotional spiritual realm. Emotional, spiritual, physical. There we go. So definitely connecting here, these 2 9s, for balance. This is what grows your seeds. Beautiful. We've got the food. So this is your blind faith. Okay, this is your trust that the seeds you have planted are going to bear much fruit, right? The 10 of Pentacles, this is you stepping back, nurturing, allowing, tending, and it growing to fruiting stage, and now it is prolific in its fruiting. And this is your trust and your faith that if you maintain this momentum, if you connect, if you tend and speak your truth and shine, right? And then we've got this Knight of Cups here who is carrying truth as a message or carrying fate. We will see. Wowza! Okay, we've got the Ace of Pentacles. This is your picking the fruit. Okay, this is you planting the seeds, allowing them to grow, nurturing it with your momentum, dedication, energetic food. And this is the fruition, the plucking of the fruit. Okay, and then you've got the Queen of Wands, independent, charismatic, in touch with her intuition, speaking her truth, shining bright for all to see, not giving a dang who she's blinding. Yes, okay. Interesting. And then we've got the Empress. Yes, beautiful. Birthing more seeds, making your world. This is like you trusting in this truth in your fate, and it's sending out emotional ripples that affect your new world. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Yeah, Empress. I'm gonna go ahead and put her here. Or is she right in the middle? But if she's in the middle, then this world you're creating or have created is this balance of destiny and prosperous fruit, emotional well-being, and spiritual wholeness. Wowza. Wowza. Okay, well, what else you got for us? This day today, the weather, rain, cold, now it's hot and sunny. And love is in the air. Yes. Yeah, this is a love world that you are birthing into existence. This is balance. This is masculine and feminines. This is divine unions. This is beautiful. So a divine union, right? To within, this is about your ability to birth new things, create things, see the things, feel the things, know the things, and also to go after the things, take the things, make the things, claim the things. This is your divine masculine feminine working together. This union, this love, this beautiful, beautiful love, which is your destiny. And you balance it with your union of your physical, emotional, spiritual, the trifecta, right? The trifecta of love. Okay. Seriously? This one just wants to come out tonight. Okay, this is what I was talking about. This is balancing. And it's a 4. Today has been 4s. Yesterday was 3s. Today's have been 4s. And I totally laughed like a crazy person to myself in the grocery store because the 4s were already talking to me. And then I went to the grocery store and was getting some treats, and I went for this other treat that I usually don't go for, and I grabbed a bag and I pulled them out and I went to go write the number down, and it was 8944444 3 4s. And I was like, oh my goodness, of course it's 3 4s in a row like that. And then I started laughing and people were like, she's crazy. And I was like, yes, it's true. Just kidding. But not. Let's put this guy. This love that I'm feeling, is this love that I've been searching for? Is this love, or am I dreaming? Cause you really got a hold on me. Hold on me. They had such good love songs back in the day. Okay, we've got the whole world in our hands. Yes, this is the world you're creating. This is the world. This is also a full circle moment. This is like that what goes around comes around, year in review, a cycle, cycles, right? Which is, it works here with the gaining of the momentum, right? The spinning and the things happening behind the scenes. It's happening whether you see it or not. This fool, this faith, this trust, this in the center image is giving me this fool vibes. And also, right, like harvest time. Yes. So this beautiful world. Yeah, being mindful and setting the intention of the kind of world that you want to live in, and then being that, doing that, communicating that to the universe, right? Like through your actions, your thoughts. This is the maintaining of momentum. Okay, this is also communication and decisiveness. So I'm going to put the communicator king because the queen, she speaks her truth. She's in her authentic, shining phase. And so it would make sense because he's got the sword of truth here and there's the sword of truth right there. So it makes sense to me that she would be communicating truth, sending out truth bombs that are exploding all over the place. Okay, and powered by the sun. So truth, light, truth of the light. You know, from the heart stuff. Heart truth. And there's a celebration. Oh, there's the transition period. So this could represent the testing zone, the period in between the movement, right? So you're still still things from the old world are coming up, still lessons from the old world are coming up for you to prove to yourself and the universe that you have changed, right? These things circle back in order to give you an opportunity to test if you have actually changed, right? We can all be like, oh yeah, people like that. If somebody were to walk up to me and look at me weird or spit in my face, I would punch him in the nose. And then you do all this work and you're like, haha, I'm not a nose puncher kind of person anymore. But you haven't had somebody come up to your face and spit in it. So the universe is like, here you go. And suddenly, that kind of, I mean, that's a weird example, but you know what I'm saying. So this is that year in review, full circle moment for you to show your growth. But you're in the celebratory energy, right? This is also the reconciliation card, but that's someone else, another reader's influence on this one for me. It's just the celebratory, right? Everybody getting together and celebrating wins and changes and progress and gorgeousness. But it's a cup, so it's emotion filled. It's like a joyous celebration. Yes, joyous. Yes. Okay. And then this is the drawing board. This is the writing down, the blueprints of the world that you want to create. And this is the actual implementing the change. Okay. And this is what creates the worlds. So we're just going to put that there. We're just going to put that there. Okay. What's that? What's that? We've got the devils coming up. Okay. So these are those diversions. These are the detours, the things that come up to test you, right? This is the person walking up to you to spit in your face. They are a vehicle of your own, right? They're like, you're heading down this road and it's bumpy and it's crazy and it's this road that appears on the side and it's paved and there's all these signs that are like, go this way, because it's trying to take you from the path that you're on and move you to a different one, right? And so it's enticing. It's all the things that will try to distract you and pull you away from your focus, from where you are trying to go, from this world that you were trying to create for yourself. These are those, remember me? Remember how you and I used to hang out and we'd have so much fun and you used to do this all the time and it was awesome. Remember when you used to crank these songs super loud and they made you feel better? But now you recognize that those songs are self-depleting, self-deprecating, right? And you believe in mantras, and songs are basically mantras that when we are singing it, like I used to love Nine Inch Nails, and a lot of the lyrics are like, when you're singing along to them, you're saying things about yourself that are like weakening and spell casting, right? And so, yeah, the song comes on, you're like, oh yeah, nostalgia, and I know the lyrics and all this stuff, but you're also like, but I don't listen to that kind of stuff anymore because it doesn't do the same thing for me anymore. And so I turn it off and I listen to something else. As an example. Yeah, this is that maintaining momentum and mindfulness about what you consume on all of the levels, right? Even visually, like watching horror movies and awful scenarios playing out visibly that now are in your brain, and you close your eyes and you're picturing it and seeing it, and devastation and trauma and drama and all this stuff. And it's like, no, thank you. I want a world that looks like this and only this. And so I will eat this. I will smell this. I will look at this. I will consume this. Joy, abundance, beautiful, balance, prosperity, divine union, and gorgeousness. Okay? This is the world. This is the world of love. Yes, yes. Right? Yeah. That means more to me than those cheap thrills from the past. I thank you for bringing me as far as you did. I recognize all those moments, all those things that have got me to where I am, but I move on. Joyfully. Yeah. Okay, so this is about setting your intention and recognizing the devils, the tests for what they are, and maintaining your course, okay? Staying true to your vision, to your intention, to what you are trying to do for yourself, in this truth-speaking, love, balance world of joy and abundance and gorgeousness. Okay, we'll go through one more time. One more time, and the step and if there's anything that wants to come out to validate, clarify, confirm, add, then do it. I've got there's a fence behind my fence, and somebody graffitied on it, and it's a heart. I have a graffiti heart in behind my place. Yay! Okay, let's get an animal oracle. Oh yeah, my dream last night. Oh my goodness, a giant eagle, like a thunderbird, or well, what I would assume a thunderbird would be like. It was massive, and I think I was living on the Nile or something. I don't know. And there was a man. I don't know if it was my masculine, but they were kind of sitting in the water. So it was like a backyard. There was a little bit of a dock, and it was all water. And then like what would be like a driveway space, and then the Nile or some sort of body of water. And yeah, I was on the dock, and the masculine was in the water, sitting on a stool or something, and this eagle landed in front of him, and then it put its head in the water, and I was kind of like, is it fishing or what? But when I was thinking about it after I was awake, I was wondering if it was bowing to the masculine, but it had its wings up the whole time, up and out, because there wasn't enough space. Like it was standing in the water. So you know how when they fold their wings back, the tips kind of stick out the back. So it would have been all submerged in water. So he was keeping it up high. And yeah, it was just, and then it turned around and walked out the little driveway area back onto the main strip. And that's probably where it could spread its wings and get the lift. But it was the biggest eagle I've ever seen, obviously. And then today I saw this giant eagle flying above, and I got a picture of it. And, you know, there's no size reference in the sky, so it's hard to see how big it was. But it was the eagle as far as I was concerned in my dream. So I'll post that on the page, on the channel as a post. So if you see it, you'll know. And you've also listened to this reading, then you'll know what the hell that's all about. But yeah, spirit's coming in, saying something. So I don't know if that meant like that was my masculine within. And because I never actually spoke to the masculine that was sitting in the water. Could have been like an ancestor maybe. Or I was seeing, it could have been me in a past life where I was a man. Dreams are weird. But yeah, it was massive. Thunderbird. It's the only thing I can think of. Okay. Okay, come on. What you got for us? What spirit animal is gonna come out to play? Oh, I also saw 2 ravens. And I tried to get a picture of them sitting in the tree together because you rarely see ravens like in pairs. But yeah, these 2. But as soon as I pointed the camera at them, the one hopped up and went in behind the tree and kind of peeked around the tree at me. And then they flew away. But if I did manage to get a picture of them, I'll post that one too. Okay, all of the animals. Let's take that one that's over here. How about the horse? It's the horse, of course. Okay, horsey horse. What you got? What you gonna tell us? That you're powerful and beautiful and majestic and so strong and beautiful, and your heart is giant. Yeah, when you're sitting on the back of a horse, your hearts your electromagnetic fields. That's why in history, people and their horses, they have such a connection where it's like the horse is reading the rider's mind. It's because it is. They've connected. It's like on the Avatar movie with blue people. When they put their tails together and they create that connection, I feel like that's what happens with horses. And it's because of their giant hearts. Okay, momentum, freedom, expansive energy, and force. The horse represents the most masterful form of earth energy within the deck. It provides us with the momentum, so reliable, so supportive that you can ride on its back towards any goal, no matter how difficult the terrain. Love it. Oh, sorry, I got all crazy. A horse personality is fully awakened, fully alive, and cannot be defeated. The horse's freedom becomes available to us when we hone and collect our energy through daily practice. Physical stamina, exercise, and mental focus, meditation, are the secret weapons behind the horse's legacy. Gorgeous confirmation from the spirit animals. Okay. When in balance, achieves anything and never gives up. Yeah, because you're just going through testing phases. It's just the swirl coming back around. When out of balance, runs away and feels weak. And to bring into balance, strength, training, right? The building of momentum. You want to get strong. You're not lifting, a lot right away. You got to work up to it. You got to build the momentum. You got to practice. You got to dedicate. You've got to train. Okay, we got it. And we got it good. Let's see what the mushrooms. The mushrooms. The mushrooms. The mushrooms. Let's see what the mushrooms have to say about all the things. Okay. Amanita again. Okay, Amanita. Amanita muscaria. Used to alter your consciousness to help you access other planes of existence. This card represents the need to raise your consciousness to a higher level. It is time to see things from a higher and less physical perspective and a time of spiritual growth. It is time to rise up and let go of the restraints that keep you thinking inside the square. It is also time to think and see things completely differently. The amanita does not decompose what it rises from, which is unusual for a mushroom. This is most likely due to its relationship with the pine tree, where what it once used to do is no longer required. Have you formed a relationship with something or someone where something you used to do is no longer necessary? What is your purpose now? Are you needing to look at the value you offer in a relationship and see where you both work together, or is it more of a one-sided feeling? Red is also a color that usually spells out danger. Eating amanita is not recommended, so this card may be a sign of something to look out for. A warning that you shouldn't partake of something unless it is done in the right manner and for the right reasons. Anything can be poison if not used properly, or not handled with respect. Tread carefully and keep an open mind, okay? This is giving me the devil card, right? Those revisits, those little detours along your path that are trying to divert you back to the old world, back to the old way of doing, thinking, feeling, being, seeing, right? So maintain your course. Don't get swayed by the temptations. Don't get swayed by the temptations. Okay. Let's see if these colors want to enlighten us with anything. We'll just take this one, which is intense. The intensity of a true soul connection includes highs and lows. Okay, and so this is also when you are in a low, you don't just give up, right? You work through it. You find a way through it. So when you're heading down your road and it gets bumpy and another off-road shows up that looks nice and smooth, you're not giving up on the road that you've been traveling on and working hard upon just for an easy out, right? So recognize that sometimes it will be hard and sometimes it will be easy, but it's all part of the pathway to where you want to go. And look where you're going. Look where you're going. This is where you want to go. Yes. Okay. Well, you got your free will. You can go where you want to go. So that's where I want to go. Double scoop, double scooper. Okay. We got the mermaid going with the flow. Okay. Yes. She's flowing. She's going. She knows where she belongs, which is in the water, right? Just because some dude with a flat deck shows up, the nice, tank on the back of his truck, and he's like, look how easy I can drive you everywhere you want to go. You can see all kinds of sights. I can take you to the top of the mountain. And you're like, there are mountains in the ocean that you've never even heard of that I get to see whenever I want. I don't need you. No. My analogy got away with me there, but she goes with the flow. Okay. She's flowing and she's going and she's not resisting. And there is the crossroads, the skull and crossbones, sorry. The things that come up, the things that try to dissuade you, but you're seeing them for what they are, right? Instead of it being like, this way, fun, with arrows, it's like it glitches and you can see that it's actually leading you to your demise, right? Because it's about getting you off of your path, distracting you from getting where you want to go. It doesn't matter where it's actually leading you. So don't take the bait and continue to release any of the old toxic things that may be lingering around in your garden. Okay, yes, this is the idea, the sketch of the world, the you that you are becoming, wanting to become. You're like, I want to be a butterfly. And I'm going to look something like this, right? That's your drawing board. And then this is you becoming the butterfly. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Yes. And then this is the bluebird of happiness. Okay, this is your momentum. This is keeping your eye on the prize. Love or bust. That's what your bumper sticker says. Okay, take me to Love Street or get the heck out of my way because that's where I'm going. Okay, there you have it. That's the reading, short and sweet, 44 minutes. All right. It won't be for you, but it is for me. Oh, 44:55. There you go. Okay. Love you, appreciate you, thank you. Stay true to the course. Recognize those tests as they come up and don't fall for them. Make sure you give yourself props when you recognize, when you can clearly see your own growth, your own progression. It's a beautiful thing. Look at it as an opportunity to see how far you've come and then keep going. Okay. Because your good omens, your intention holding, your momentum, it's leading to love and abundance and a whole new world, okay, of gorgeousness. Yay! Okay. Love you, appreciate you, thank you, and see you next time. Okay, bye.